Hello guys, this is Pedram Raufi and you're watching the markets review. During this program, we're going to check the situation on the stock market, on the Forex market, and of course on the cryptocurrency market. As we said, we add other different type of currency pairs of crypto world into our MT4 platform, so you can actually trade with them, and we are going to check their price reaction and the price action and movement of all of these currencies as well. But as a tradition, we are going to start today's review by the review of the market, the news background, what is going on nowadays in the world, and how big is the appetite to the risk or to the stock market. And let's just see and check what is really going on. Unfortunately, from some hours ago, maybe we can say from some days ago, the fear of the Omicron spread, the new coronavirus mutation spread around the world, made the stock market to go deeper, made the oil prices of WTI prices to go deeper, to fall deeper, and how deep they would go and how deep is this correction is going to continue. Just let's check the S&P 500, the index of United States market, stock market, and the Dow Jones, the industrial index. And as we see here, we have some signals of next further downward movement or a deeper movement of both of these indexes. So what we have to do, what kind of decision really we need to make in near future. And really fastly, we are going to look through the oil prices as well, which have been dumped recently. And as you know, this downward falling movement due to a 15 minutes chart was really impulsive. And here is the only opposite side of this downward movement. On the Dow Jones index, on the S&P 500 index, and the main positive thing is that prices of the stock market, price of the oil, the appetite to investing is not under a really huge pressure now. It was just a mental fear which have been raised, and now we're actually looking through the next reversal and next strengthening above the local levels that we have, the local minimums, local supports that we have on the chart of S&P 500, on the chart of Dow Jones Industrial Index, and of course on the chart of WTI as well. Because WTI now is actually retesting a really important support, as we saw. It's retesting a really important support, and after the retest of this support, especially after the impulsive retest of this support, price could really reverse again and start to move upward. But this is all the midterm prognosis. But about the short-term prognosis, let's see what we can do during the day. So we need to check the economic calendar of today. What kind of movements we could have during the day due to the economic calendar of today. I think today's economic calendar is not so rich, but let's just check it. Today at 7 o'clock by GMT, by Greenwich time, we just had the releases, economic releases from Great Britain, average earning index, which was positive, and climate change, which deficit is rising. Actually, here situation is more related to the inflation. But as you know, the British bank is the only bank that is really targeting to hike the interest rates. So the strengthening of GBP of British pound is really high probable in the near future. Is really more there's more chances for British pound to continue the upward movement. At 13:30 United States PPI, the producer price index, which was positive as well. And the most important thing on the calendar for today, for now, on which you have to just pay attention mostly, is the job market of the United States job market releases. They are the most important one today, and if they are really high, if they are really positive, it means that the Federal Reserve System is going to make more hawkish statements. So it would really help dollar indexes. Let's go and just check what is going on with dollar indexes. Due to the daily chart, we have a continuation of the volatility shrinking, but this volatility shrinking, let's see, let's just check it on 4-hour chart, which is less scaled chart. Here we have a really interesting and really strong strengthening above 96, which is really target level, and we have to just pay attention on 96, 95. So this range of 96 and 95 is the range, I'm sorry, 96, 95, 50 is the range that maybe in future could get retested, but due to the situation on the 4-hour chart, because of this impulsiveness of downward movement, I don't think that in the near future we could have the continuance of the downward movement. So in the near future, in the some hours, in the nearest maybe session, American session or next Asian session, maybe we could get some upward impulse of dollar index. So it could make euro, pound, Australian dollar, and New Zealand dollar to maybe go down. And let's see what kind of movement we are looking for, and what kind of what kind would be the trend of euro, pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and all of the forex pairs which are related with dollar and which are counting with dollar. So euro on the 15-minute chart, we are actually looking through the situation which we could have during the short term. So we are going to check the 15-minute chart of euro, pound, Australian dollar, and New Zealand dollar. And the situation here actually is showing us that euro have made, and pound as well, have made a really impulsive upward movement during some hours, during some 2 or 3 previous hours. So here, for near future, for a real nearest future, for example, during next 4 hours, during next session of American session, or maybe even Asian session, we could have some reversal movement for GBP, for euro, for Australian dollar, sorry here, and for New Zealand dollar, which have been already started actually. So for Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, maybe this downward movement could continue to 0.6740, 0.6750, and for Australian dollar, this downward movement could really continue to 0.7110, 0.7115. But you need to pay attention if the impulse is going to be really high, if the abnormal candles are going to continue the formation of itself further. So this would be the signal of next reversal and the next stop of the downward movement. So you have to pay attention on this factor. What about pound? What about euro? As we said, this consolidational movement near to the maximums is not really good. So here we are really looking through the next downward correctional movement, which would happen if dollar indexes kind of just jump. And why dollar indexes could really jump in the near future? The main reason is that oil prices could really get dumped lower than we think. Let's check it again. This impulsive movement just during this hour, it just broke through the local support. And here we have $70, which is a psychological level. And this level could really get breakthrough. And due to 4-hour chart, due to 1-hour chart, this impulse really could continue. So 68, 66 is the next target for oil, which we're really looking through. And if you remember, we just started our today's analysis by the news which have been released 2 hours ago about the micron variant fares on the market that could really make the oil market to just get dumped further. So that's due to IEA, the International Energy Agency, releases. So this is a really important thing. And if in the near future, if we get any consolidational movements in oil prices, in oil chart, I don't think that we really have to believe them for getting into the bullish market again, because here for oil, bullish market is something that maybe could return back within some days, not today, not tomorrow. I think that the bullish market for oil prices for WTI is really dead for now. We have to just wait for it. So the continuation of downward movement here is the main thing that we have to actually concentrate on. So what we got further, we have the prices of commodity prices, or gold, silver, platinum, and palladium prices, which are continuing to fall as well. What is the situation exactly? The fear of Omicron, the fear of the virus mutation have to really help the gold prices to rise. They have to help commodity prices to rise. Here we have the main trigger for gold to continue the downward movement, unfortunately. And as we said in the previous on the previous programs, that the fear of Federal Reserve System interest rate hiking in the near future is the main trigger for gold to be under the pressure and to stay under pressure and maybe fall further. So during the day, for gold, for silver, for platinum and palladium, as we see, the situation which we have now is really unbelievably reversal, because I don't really believe in the nearest reversal of the price. I just think that because of this impulsive, I think that just because of this impulsive downward movement here, which we have on the gold chart, on the silver chart, on the platinum chart and palladium chart, all these downward impulses, which are really near to the local supports, and they're kind of retesting. For example, for gold, they're actually retesting a really mirror level, after the retest of which gold won't rise even moderately. It just could continue the consolidational movement. So maybe the chance here for gold to continue the downward, the short positions, even for short positions now, it's not a really good time, I think, maybe for gold. So due to these factors, if you want to short the gold, you have to be really careful. Maybe the continuation of downward movement, maybe it would continue, but situation after the retest of this mirror level could really get into something like this. That's a really high spreading, high exponential of the volatility during which you cannot trade. So this kind of situation could really make you get stop out. As you see here, if you even started the short position, the ratio of stop and the profit wasn't real. It wasn't that real, and it wasn't really practical. So you have to really be careful about short positions in the near future. If we get stuck under this level, the situation in the further could be really bearish. But if the amplitude, if the movement of, if the candle size are going to be little, and if the movement and the amplitude is going to get lower and the candles are going to be really little during some next hours, maybe we could get some upward impulses here. So for short positions for gold, I'm not really sure. I think the chance is already gone. And for silver prices, here $22 is a psychological movement, a psychological level, which is already retested. So you really have to wait for next consolidation, and after it, maybe you can continue the shorts. Palladium, platinum is actually showing us that it's going to reverse. And let's just check the situation on the 4-hour chart, which is a higher scale chart. Here we have a really important and powerful support of 930, 920, which is retesting now. And prices really in the future can get above this level. If they get above this level, if they get above 930, situation at in the future could be really bullish. But if we get low amplitude, if we get any signal of the continuation of downward movement, or if the next movement of the next correctional movement are going to end near to 930, it would mean that the future movements could be the continuation of downward movement. So here we have to really pay attention on the retest of 930. And for Palladium, due to the 4-hour chart, we have actually the breakthrough of a really important level, and the continuation of downward movement here is really logical. We can actually say that maybe this situation could continue, but let's see, 1600 is the nearest psychological level that we have. So now we are actually observing the retest of 1650, and maybe at the future we could observe the retest of 1600. If the prices are going to break through 1650. So maybe the continuance of downward movement for all of the commodity is more practical, but dollar prices, I don't think that is going to give up soon. So because of this factor, I cannot really be bullish on oil, be bullish on commodity, or be bullish even on the stock market for now. So just pay attention on this factor. What's going on with the pairs which are related to commodity price, asset price, like United States dollar to Swiss franc, United States dollar to Japanese yen? And as we see situation here, because of a really impulsive downward movement and the retest of the support of 0.92 for dollar Swiss franc, situation at the future would be reversal. But you have to pay attention. If we are not going to strengthen above 0.92, the situation could be reversal, and the situation could be the next situation could be actually the continuation of downward movement. So here maybe the continuation of downward movement more logical, but if we are not going to strengthen above 0.92. And next, United States dollar to Japanese yen, it's really resisting. I mean, the bulls are really resist the pressure of bears, which is really visible on the level 113.46 or 45, 113.45, 113.40. So this range is really important. The retest of this range could really mean that the prices are going to go under this, under and further go down, or maybe they are going to strengthen above this range and start to rise. So just pay attention on this factor, just pay attention on this range. If you are going to retest it and just continue the upward movement above it, the next bullish market would be more realistic. We actually checked the prices of WTI, and we know that WTI really could continue the downward movement, and this downward movement is really speculative. So the short positions here have to be really in a scalping way. $70 is a really important level that the retest of which even could make prices to just start to make a really moderate upward consolidational some channel above this level, which won't help you even to start the bullish to start the long position. So the retest of this level could really cause next speculative downward impulse, as well the moderate strengthening, which would maybe return some bulls into market, but that won't be the realistic picture of nowadays what is going on. So you have to pay attention on this factor. Maybe the third booster shot would be needed So if the third booster shot is getting mandatory in many countries, this factor could really make prices of stock market, the prices of stock market indexes, the prices of oil market to go further. So you have to pay attention if the third shot of the vaccine is going to be mandatory. The probability of downward movement of all of these assets, the appetite to investment could really fall. And United States dollar pair to Canadian dollar, we always check it because Canadian dollar is really related to the oil prices. And here we have a shrinking of volatility near to the local, or as we see, historical maximum, the shrinking of volatility near to the local maximum. And with a simultaneous divergence, the formation of divergence at a time would mean that prices are maybe going to reverse. It means that maybe the oil is going to rise again. But due to the situation which we have, unfortunately, we cannot believe this reversal pattern. And the most important thing about the wedges, the upward wedges, downward wedges, near to the top of the market, near to the bottom of the market, is that during the formation of the wedge, we have to wait for the last impulsive speculative movement. And after this impulsive speculative movement, the price is going to reverse or continue the reversal movement to the target levels, which are located in the middle of the previous, as we say, impulse. So just pay attention that here we really are going to have some upward impulse, but at the future we could get really stuck in a channel, or we could really get stuck in a consolidational movement. But here for now, the upward movement, the continuation of upward impulse, speculative impulse, is really high. And euro to Canadian dollar as well, but here we have the really short term, a very, very short term divergence, which maybe could help prices to go short, but I can't tell that this pattern could help prices to continue the reversal movement or to go lower in the midterm. So it's just a really short-term signal. It's a really, really short-term signal of reversal. And you have to just check it by the retest of the range of 1.40, 45, maybe 44.50. Yeah. So after the test of this range, you would see the future of price movement. Is it going to continue the upward movement? Is it going to reverse and continue the upward movement, or it's going to stuck under this range and continue the reversal movement? And for the guys who are trading with Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Link Chain, Polkadot, Litecoin, and Ripple, EOS, Cardano, and Stellar. The most important thing was actually Dogecoin, about which I wanted to tell you that we had the news today about the Elon Musk Tesla company is going to accept Dogecoin for some merchandise, which helped the prices to rally for 30%. And the situation which we here have is actually already finished. So we had the impulsive movement, we had a really important, interesting impulsive movement, and due to the chart, a 15 minutes chart or hour chart, maybe we can get reversed again about 0.19, 0.1850, and just wait for the retest of this level. So maybe after the retest of this level, we could get some moderate upward movement for Dogecoin. But the continuation of this kind of impulsive movement is already not really realistic. So we have to wait for the retest of 0.19, 0.1850 And after the retest of these levels, just pay attention what kind of formation, what kind of candle formation we are going to have. And after that, we can get into the bullish or the long positions. What is going on with Bitcoin prices? As we see on the chart, the prices are under the local minimums. And this strengthening which we have here is not really promising us anything. We could have some impulsive, speculative movements to 48,000 or maybe 49,000. But you need to pay attention that even if we get above $50,000, here the continuation of downward movement to the next targets, for example, to 43,000 to 40,000 is more realistic. So if you are scalping, if you are looking for today's day, if you are looking through the today's reversal, it's even doesn't show us any convergence. It doesn't even show us any approval for traders to just use this movement and just get into the long position. So any upward movement here could be really impulsive, could be really speculative, and you just need to wait for it if you are going to just catch this impulse. And you have to leave it and get out of it really fast, because in the case of the nearest upward impulsive movement of Bitcoin and the retest of $50,000, the next situation which we have, which are going to have, is the continuation of downward movement to 43,000 or even maybe $40,000. Ethereum less volatile, and the reversal, even here reversal doesn't look good, but the potential of downward movement here is less than on Bitcoin. Here we are actually already really far from the main support of $40,000. And on the previous programs, as we said, this situation actually continued just because of the really bad news background. 3,800 is retesting now, and the next movement really could be upward and could be bullish, but how much we could believe in it, how much we could actually trust it, we just need to really get into it and get out of it really fastly. If you're going to buy in the near future, just try to get out really fast. The retest of $4,000 really could make prices to continue the downward movement. Here we have a really moderate upward movement, which really looks like a shrinking of volatility in a channel which is upward and which is happening after the breakthrough of the local support, which means that the downward movement, the continuation of downward movement in mid-term is more logical, is more realistic. Don't forget to actually check our official site. There you would find many useful information about different kind of assets which we have for traders and for tradings, which are related to our MT4 platform, one of which is the risk management, which really help you to make your tradings more profitable. And you have to just know that news background is important, technical analysis is important, but the main and the most important thing for the trader, which is starting to just work, or for a professional trader as well, is the risk management. And we have different instruments, we have different tools for risk management of your tradings, and of course we have different algorithms which you can use for tradings, which are automated, which are robots on our platform for traders, for new traders, for beginners, and for professionals as well. So don't forget to check our main site, the official site, and maybe just download the MT4 and use all these bonuses that we have. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel and ring the bell so you would know what kind of programs we are going to have in the future. Because of this, please guys, don't forget to subscribe on the channel and ring the bell. Till next time guys, have a good tradings. Bye bye.